So when it comes to my business and the money in my business, who can I trust to kind of tell me where I really am as a business?
Yeah, that's a great question. You know, the more you go along in your career, I'm sure you realize trust is such a highly valued thing. When you actually can trust somebody that they have your best interest at heart, that they care, they might not be spending as much time as you in your business, but they care that you're successful, not just how it somehow benefits them. So those relationships are super valuable, and they're rarely with your banker. They might be with an attorney. Those relationships tend to be a little bit more long-lasting because there isn't quite that raw economic motive. The attorney obviously wants to bill you, but they want your business to be successful. There's better alignment there. Sometimes it's with an accountant. It's rarely with a bank. The bank is not really a trusted relationship. The bank is a necessary relationship. I need a good relationship with my banker. I want to have access to that person. I want to be able to increase my line of credit when I need it. But that relationship is an eyes wide open kind of a relationship. It's one where the incentives are aligned only in good times and not in bad times. Your incentives with your other service providers, your lawyer can be, it's more aligned in bad times than good times in its own way. So those relationships are probably ones where you can get a little bit more unbiased advice than you would get from a banker.
Are there questions that I could ask my banker during that scenario to really see what side they're on at that point?
Yeah, yes and no. When you, a small business person, need the bank, it's when things are really rough. And you may have had 10 years of a great relationship and you're really having trouble making payments in that 1 year, but you're probably going to have the business suffer for it. The terms you'll get on the other side will be very difficult. Longevity is important. If you've dealt with a bank for a long time, they're more likely to be accommodating to you. They're more likely to help you find capital. But again, that's a relationship where things are fine as long as the incentives align. But if you could potentially cause them losses because you can't make a payment or they have to indicate to their boss that they have a delinquent loan, that's something that they don't like. I think the place where you have some negotiating leverage relates to that initial delinquency. So if you're missing your first payment, if it's a credit line or you need that first extension, the manager has some incentive to go ahead and accommodate that because that doesn't become a non-performing loan. It doesn't become a performance issue for them. It's where that really bleeds over into several other things. So if you think that that's actually where you could evolve to, then you're going to want to diversify your banking relationships as quick as you can so that you can get some leeway from your existing bank and then provide yourself some other backup lending sources if the other bank starts to balk at what you're asking for.
To really ask for money when you don't need it.
That adage, cliches are cliches because they're true, and you borrow and acquire money when you don't need it, not when you need it.